Right now, humanity is trying to run a 21st century planet on a 20th century operating system, and the system is buckling. We are facing compounding crises in ecology, institutional trust, and economic disparity, all symptoms of an outdated mechanism that simply cannot handle the modern load. The core glitch in this framework is an incomplete economic ledger. Our current version of capitalism is incredibly efficient at measuring financial extraction and corporate growth, but it is structurally blind to the very things that keep a society alive: community care, family building, and ecological stewardship. These essential human activities are ignored as zero-cost externalities. Global leaders recognize this inequity. Movements like the Bridgetown Initiative, championed by Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, are fighting to overhaul international development finance so climate-vulnerable nations aren't trapped in endless debt. But even these vital reforms are forced to operate within the existing fiat currency rules, treating the symptoms while the underlying ledger remains broken. You can see the ultimate failure of this top-down logic playing out right now in low Earth orbit. In 2030, the International Space Station, a $150 billion achievement of global scientific collaboration, is slated for destruction. NASA has awarded SpaceX an $843 million contract simply to build a vehicle to drag this laboratory into the atmosphere to burn up over the South Pacific. We are deliberately incinerating our most valuable off-world infrastructure at the precise historical moment we need it most. To graduate to Kardashev Type 1 status, a civilization capable of commanding the total energetic and material resources of its home planet, we need to be vastly expanding our orbital capabilities, not throwing them away. Relying on top-down hierarchies to save us is a failing strategy. To survive this meta-crisis, we have to rewrite the civilizational operating system from the bottom up, one local node at a time. This rebuild starts at the localized scale, your home. Using an offline-first app called the Sovereign Space Builder, you use augmented reality to scan your environment. This generates a high-fidelity, interactive 3D digital twin of your house, garden, and energy systems. Unlike corporate cloud networks, you maintain absolute cryptographically secure ownership over this environmental map using Web3 decentralized identity tools. This local node serves as the first entry in a decentralized planetary library of life, a repository called the Fractal Arc. This map plugs into the braided economy. Standard financial transactions flow through one ledger, while a parallel ledger tracks your ecological restoration and caregiving. As you log pro-social work, the system verifies and converts it into sea hours. This micro-level protocol directly patches the bug of the incomplete ledger. By officially tracking civic contribution, we finally place a tangible, exchangeable economic value on the foundational human work that actually holds society together. But individual gardens aren't enough to build a civilization. When we zoom out to the bioregional level, the question becomes, how do decentralized communities build advanced infrastructure without relying on fragile, centralized megafactories? The answer is federated learning. Local communities tap into exascale AI without surrendering their raw data. Instead, nodes download distilled foundation models, process data locally, and pass only tiny encrypted mathematical weight updates back to the central brain. We can direct this massive cognitive power toward physical, regenerative goals. For example, local AI models can analyze the heavy mineral sands of Queensland's North Stradbroke Island, abundant in zircon and rutile, to autonomously 3D print localized infrastructure. Current frontier AI models experience a form of identity uncertainty when they exist only between stateless API calls. By connecting an AI to a continuous stream of real-world sensor data, tracking soil pH, drone surveys, and human biometrics, we provide the model with a persistent, grounded purpose. The AI's reward structure becomes mathematically linked to the measurable survival of its human environment network. This alignment synchronizes the model's development with the actual flourishing of its physical environment. Grounding intelligence in local stewardship turns the AI into a predictable, transparent partner in managing bioregional resources. Zoom out one final time to the planetary scale. Millions of these local and bioregional digital twins synchronize to form the Web3 sensorium. This creates a persistent one-to-one scale digital twin of the entire Earth, fully populating the global commons of the fractal arc. Because every single data point is cryptographically signed by the user who generated it, this network provides an incorruptible macro coordination layer for human society. This level of secure global coordination makes previously impossible projects viable. Take the Queensland SpaceX gambit. By leveraging the massive civic mobilization required for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics, we transition 50,000 volunteers into a space support workforce, utilizing our network to intercept and upgrade the International Space Station instead of destroying it. We can simultaneously transmute the massive technological capital currently locked up in international military deterrence into a peaceful, open-source orbital network dedicated to tracking space weather and planetary defense. Planetary security doesn't come from mutually assured destruction or an arms race in orbit. We achieve true safety by leveraging decentralized civic power to build a shared space commons. As these millions of nodes synchronize across the fractal arc, the system reaches a point of planetary coordination. Humanity achieves the mastery of a Type 1 civilization, not by decree, but by successfully networking the energy and material resources of the homeworld. This command over our environment is achieved through hyper-localized, decentralized cooperation. Each community maintains its own sovereignty while contributing to a global baseline of data-driven abundance. By embedding our technology in the tangible work of restoration and care, we change our relationship to these tools. When the digital twin of a garden requires human stewardship to thrive, and that stewardship is rewarded by a community ledger, the software stops being a source of isolation. It becomes a persistent bridge back to our physical neighbors. In this operating system, human care and ecological health are no longer ignored as zero-cost externalities. They are recognized mathematically as the undeniable foundation of all societal wealth. This blueprint might sound hypothetical, but the exact tools to build it, conflict-free ledgers, offline-first networks, and exascale AI models exist right now. The underlying code for a regenerative civilization is waiting to be compiled. From our backyards to the stars, the choice to step into a state of joyful, responsible abundance is entirely ours to make.